Hello, Cancer, and welcome to Cosmic Brew Tarot. I'm Oscar, and this is going to be a new moon in Scorpio reading. So new moons are a great time to set intentions for the upcoming lunar cycle. So basically giving yourself about 30 days to break out of some stagnant energy by setting good new intentions and goals. And with the new moon in Scorpio, the energy leans more towards transformation, towards introspection, shadow work, emotional upheaval, dealing with the things that are more troublesome and difficult in your life in order for things to leave your energy so that you can welcome in new, brighter, better, and more authentic energy. So I made a custom spread. We're going to be asking, what is the mask I am wearing? What shadows have I ignored and repressed? Where have I been exerting too much control? What can I do to shed these old patterns? What's my intuition telling me? And how can I do the highest good for myself and others? Okay. So I'm hoping through this reading, this will help you. The new moon is going to be on November 13th. So it's a way for you to start thinking and reflecting on what kind of intentions you would like to set for this new moon. And I hope that it helps lead you towards a more meaningful and more positive transformation. So I'm going to be using a combination for this spread of the Spellcasting Oracle as well as the Killstar Tarot. This is my most macabre deck that I have. I felt that it was appropriate for a new moon in Scorpio reading. And from this deck, I took out the Death card, which is the Scorpio power card. And death is about, like I was talking about, transformation, out with the old and with the new, endings of cycles. And I'm putting this in the center just to add some additional power. But something I actually really like is the box that this tarot deck came in. On the side says, "Death is only the beginning." And so I hope that this doesn't scare you off or anything. It's and death is a normal part of life. It's actually something we have to get very used to, especially the longer that we live on this planet. So we have to learn to work with these energies as well, right? We don't want to just stay stagnant. And then at the very end, I'm going to draw from the Cosmic Journey Oracle to give some guidance, hopefully something positive to direct yourself towards as you approach shadow work. I like to think of shadow work sometimes as like approaching a monster in its lair and being like, hey, I understand you. Here, have a little nutrients, have a little care, have a little love, and then like by the end of the whole thing, you know, they're your pet at your side, the ferocious but goofy pet. And this is a great time to do shadow work. And so I would definitely, absolutely encourage you to, if you haven't done shadow work before, to look it up or and to try and benefit. I'm rambling at this point. So this is a collective message, my disclaimer, which means that not everything is necessarily going to fit. So you have to take what resonates. This is a great time to practice your intuition and discernment in order to take away the best possible nuggets for yourself and leave behind what doesn't fit you for whoever it is that does. Okay. All right. So, as I was shuffling my tarot deck, one card came out. I have it face down right now. I'm going to use it as something to guide the rest of this spread, so kind of like an overall energy. And that card is the Four of Swords. So this is a card of rest and recuperation, of contemplation. Just basically giving yourself some space to sit back and to think about where you are at, where the people in your life are, and where you want to go from here. How long are you going to sit in this current energy before you realize that something else needs to happen, something else needs to change? It's interesting them picking that up. I think only because, you know, the point of this reading is to encourage positive transformation. And so you're not going to transform while you're in hibernation, you know? But it's certainly a good time to sit and reflect. And where to go from here. So, the mask that Cancer is wearing. Let's draw an oracle card and a tarot card. I've got clarity. The mask that you're wearing is clarity. And the Three of Cups. Three of Cups is a card about social gatherings, friends, community, celebration. I feel like what I'm getting here is when you're around people, your mask is the I know what's good, I know what's up, I see everything for what it is. I'm gonna have fun. I'm gonna let loose, you know, from anything that plagues me. I know myself, and I know what's happening around me very well, right? Now, that's not a bad mask to have, right? It's I don't want to say it's fake it till you make it energy, but it is certainly a willingness to let go of any troubles, you know, that you're thinking about while you're on your own, right? And just kind of resting and relaxing and sitting on them. When you're with people, you're giving off a sense of like, oh, no. I know I haven't been thinking about something constantly. You know, I have all the clarity I need. And you know, I'm still the same fun and bubbly person. I'm good. Okay. But I'm still seeing like something's on your mind here. So let's see. What shadows is Cancer ignoring or repressing? And we're gonna dig deep. Get a card, please. We've got happiness. Taurus had this happiness card in the exact same spot in their reading. So if Taurus is a significant sign for you, let me check theirs out. And the Four of Cups in reverse. Interesting. So we went from Three of Cups to Four of Cups in reverse. You know, the truth, Oh my God, wait, didn't they also have Four of Cups in reverse? No, they had Ten of Pentacles. Okay. No, but the Four of Cups was somewhere else in their reading. So this is already, I'm getting a little bit of overlap there. I think you're putting on a brave face. I think you're showing up, right, as clear and content, and happy, right? But with the Four of Cups here, Four of Cups is in reverse. We're talking boredom and disconnection and not really I don't want to say not being grateful. I think I mean that could be a shadow, that you're not really feeling as grateful as you know that you should be. Probably because, we've got this Four energy happening right now. Four of Swords and Four of Cups. There's definitely something that's just that's on your mind that's causing you to take this step back. Like, I mean, you still show up to these social groups and gatherings and things, right? You're playing your role perfectly fine, but then there's a feeling of lack. There's something lacking here. I mean, you're just not as happy as you used to be, or things that are being offered to you are not bringing you the same happiness and excitement. And you might be wondering why. Okay. Now, how is that a shadow? I'm gonna pause the video real quick. All right, hi, sorry. Just had someone walk through my door. I know them, don't worry. So how is this a shadow that you've ignored and repressed? I mean, yeah, ignored seems like the right word. I don't think it's repressed. I think it's just there's something that isn't sitting well with you and you don't know what it is. And because you don't know where it's coming from, right? The mask of clarity is what's helping you kind of be like, no. We're not thinking about this right now. We're not thinking about this right now because I don't even know. And I don't want anyone to know I don't know. All right. Where has Cancer been exerting too much control? The Knight of Pentagrams. I get an oracle card for that as well. Confidence. Yeah. This is what I was saying. So Knight of Pentagrams, this would be, this is the hardworking, diligent, slow-moving knight, making sure that all of the T's are crossed, the I's are dotted, and having the confidence to do so, right? So where you're exerting too much control is trying to trying to work this out methodically. But there's something here, and again, I keep going back to this Four of Swords. I feel like the progress is so slow moving that you're trying to maintain the confidence that it takes to be like, I will figure this out. I know myself very well. Like, instead of just being confident in paying attention to your feelings and your thoughts and being able to make snap judgment and decisions, you're taking this additional time. You're stretching out the process of what's wrong. You're stretching it out, and instead it just seems to be raising more questions and therefore making you less confident. You're trying to build up confidence in yourself by digging deep for an answer that I think you already actually know, but you don't like. Like, the answer is not one that satisfies you. And so, and I'm not even saying just satisfies, like, you just don't like it. This doesn't feel like big energy. So something I want to mention, right, is so far we haven't really had any major arcana out. We haven't had any major arcana out yet. So these are just kind of small. This feels like, I don't want to say small because maybe this is a really big, heavy topic for you in your life, but it doesn't feel like a major life lesson. I think it's just kind of something that you're going through right now. And it's just, you know, this could literally just be something that you know, your house could be cleaner. Right? So something needs to be cleaned up here because I'm not feeling the way, or right, I want to renovate this room. I mean, it could be something like that simple. I don't necessarily think so. I mean, it could be anything right now. Like, there's not really much of a shape here other than you don't like the answers that you're coming up with. So you're pretending to know the answers while you stretch it out privately. You stretch out this process of churning the wheels to figure out why you're feeling this sense of apathy. You know, why you're not as happy as you should be or want to be. Okay, let's keep moving. What can Cancer do to shed these old patterns? Boundaries. And a tarot card for that. Boundaries, huh? Okay. And Seven of Wands in reverse, which is, I mean, its own card of boundaries, right? This is like very defensive energy, right? This is feeling overwhelmed by being this reminds me of the last reading that we had. It was like feeling like you're being stepped on. But I don't think that that's, I mean, maybe that's what's happening. Maybe that's what's causing all of this, right? Like there's some kind of boundary that you need to set. Or when we're talking about, because in this particular pattern in this, what can you do to shed old patterns? Maybe there's a boundary that isn't serving you anymore. Like, maybe the existence of a boundary has actually caused things to deteriorate more than they've actually helped. So, for example, say that you have set a boundary with a parent that, you know, I'm only going to be calling you once a month to catch up with you, right? Let's just say that. And what that has ultimately done is led to more and more distance between you and your parent, and then that then is making you actually feel unhappy, even though you set this boundary with the intent of making your relationship more tolerable and easier. So in other words, a boundary that you've set before for your well-being and happiness in order for the relationship to better function is now it's like it's up for review. It's not functioning quite the way that you actually want. And maybe you're realizing that a boundary that you've set, while you had the right intentions at that time, you're in a different stage, or you want to be in a different stage in your life where this boundary doesn't exist so badly. Because maybe instead of being like, I'll call you once a month, it could be I'll call you twice a month, or I'll call you every week, right? Like that's just, and again, an example, but it's that idea of, you know, what am I just being too hard? And I feel like there's this now I'm starting to really pick up this feeling of really wanting to do the slow work of opening up, you know, and really feeling confident enough to create more space, right? I think it's very easy for a Cancer to kind of like hole up in themselves and like, this is my bubble, go away, right? This is my hard shell, go away, right? I'm protecting all of my juicy, gooey, delicious insides. And being able to open up is a big deal. It means a lot for you. And I think you're ready for this next step. But I feel like this is making you feel very vulnerable. And I think that that's what you're resting on. It's like, I don't want to feel vulnerable, right? But I think I might have to make myself vulnerable in order to proceed, in order for something in my life to expand for my betterment. And possibly for even the betterment of another relationship or relationships that you have boundaries around. Okay. What's your intuition telling you, Cancer? Ooh, okay. Travel. When we say travel, we don't necessarily mean literal travel. It could mean that. It could mean just... It could also mean like mentally disengaging and traveling down another road, or it could be taking a vacation, you know, a beach day. 6 of Pentagrams in reverse. Yeah, your intuition is telling you that there's a journey that you have to take in order to make something feel fair and equal and balanced and an actual like energetic exchange. You know, the 6 of Pentagrams, if it's upright, it's equal energy exchange. In reverse, it's unequal. It is someone being taken advantage of or taking advantage of someone. So you might land on either side of that. Do you feel like you're taking advantage of someone's kindness? Do you feel like someone's taking advantage of your kindness? I feel like there's a lot of questions that you're asking yourself of, where do we go from here? Where do we go from here? That's what this travel card is giving me. Where do I go from here? How do I make this right? And that's why you're turning your wheels so much, right? I think you're so ready for a change. You really are. There's an energetic change that is necessary. And I feel like you're even wanting to escape from it, but you can't escape, but there's something energetically tying you to it. Like I can't quite escape from this. I could go to the other side of the world and I can't quite escape from the fact that this still needs to be balanced anyway. Yeah. You can't escape from this, can you? And that's why you're feeling stuck in this Four of Swords energy. You can't escape the thoughts. You can't escape the energetic tie. I don't think that you even really want to. You know, sometimes we hold on to energetic ties because we know that on some level they do serve us. We do love them. We care for them. We appreciate them. We want them to be bigger and better and brighter. We want how we interact with them to fill us with so much more than what we would on our own. But something has to give. What can Cancer do for their highest good as well as the highest good of others? Forgiveness. Oh. Yeah. This one just dropped right out. Ten of Swords in reverse. This is a card of painful endings. In the upright, it's that fresh feeling of the betrayal and the hurt and the pain, right? In reverse, the swords are finally they're going to fall out of this body. It's something that's already been long and done and dead. It's done and dusted. You know, the pain has already occurred. And what you can best do is forgive that it happened. You can forgive this hurt and pain. And lift boundaries that no longer need to be in place, that no longer accurately represent the hurt and the pain that you are not really quite feeling anymore. In other words, it's almost like you might have set, what I'm getting now is you set boundaries down in response to this Ten of Swords, but now that you're finally starting to get over it, right? Something is no longer required anymore other than just forgiving and letting it go. Moving forward. Yeah. You know, I look back at this, at your shadow spot, right? This Four of Cups in reverse and happiness. When you're in an energy of this hurt, this hurt, this hurt, I don't know how to forgive this. I don't want this closer to me than I have to. At some point that starts wearing you down because you've had to stay strong and hold back further expressions of pain and sorrow in favor of being levitus and clear so that you can move forward, right? And you've had to do that for so long that now the pain is this dull throb that just won't really go away anymore. But it's just right there on the final precipice. Like, it's like a pain that just needs aspirin, but you haven't taken the aspirin because instead you were doing so much big major healing, right? I'm using metaphor here, obviously, right? The you've been doing the physical therapy and you've been taking the treatments and the medications and the and now it's just dull. Now that pain is just dull. So do you have to treat it so harshly anymore? In other words, is your boundary the thing that's actually causing this to feel so out of balance anymore? Like, are you going to harbor this pain just to keep harboring the sorry, let me rephrase that. Are you going to keep harboring the pain in order to prove how much hurt you've had to go through? Are you wearing it like a badge of honor? That's a weird message, but I don't know. Could be. I mean, that makes sense, right? You want to show how much you've like moved on from something, right? By not really paying attention to it, by being like, nah, I'm good, I'm clear, I'm not paying this any mind, right? But in private, it comes to your mind all the time. Something about it doesn't feel right. You know? It's a lingering pain, but it's dull. And so you're just at this place. Again, there's still no major arcana here. No major arcana came out. This is dull. This isn't a life lesson anymore. If anything, it's just, you just want this to be better, finally. You want it to serve you better than just being an old painful memory that just lingers there and then just keeps kind of growing and roiling in your shadow, right? Like something that you don't want to look at, that you don't want to forgive. If you forgive it, what does that mean? Does that mean that you absolve the fact that someone ever hurt you? No, it doesn't. I mean, there's ways to say, listen, what you did was messed up and it hurt. It hurt for a long time. And I don't think I can ever forget that. You know, it really did affect me very badly. But I can forgive you. I can forgive you. I don't want you to ever do that to me again. I need to know that you're not going to do that to me again, because it was bad enough the first time and once was enough. And this is, again, this is in the part of the highest good for yourself and for others is to forgive, to find it within yourself, to finally just acknowledge that desire to forgive, the desire to finally put to finally be like the curing of the pain. So it's probably a good start for your shadow work. How do you find forgiveness within yourself? How do you find the forgiveness? Yeah, how do you find the forgiveness within yourself for something that, you know, is probably very hurtful, disrespectful to you? All right, so I'm going to draw now a card from the Cosmic Journey Oracle. And hopefully this will get your journey started. Give you a direction here beyond just how do you find the forgiveness? I feel like that is its own challenge, right? And so how do we do that? See through the perfectly purple lens of your galactic destiny. You know, there's the saying of seeing things through rose-tinted glasses, right? That's meant to be like overly optimistic, but the purple lens, I've never seen this card, so I'm actually very intrigued by it. See through the perfectly purple lens of your galactic destiny. Instead of seeing things through the rose-tinted glasses, see things through the purple glasses. Your galactic destiny. And this is going to be right here in the center. I'm putting that next to the death card that I've kept in the center. I hope that this is... I'm going to read the entry for it, and I hope that this helps guide you. So, you've just been given a new vision. Don your purple glasses of galactic destiny and envision anew. From this new perspective, you're able to see what others cannot. Everything happening is now filtered through the purple lens of the highest service for you and those around you. Every seeming obstacle is there to steer you forward on your true path. Each encounter, chance meeting, or random resource has a purple tint to it, so you can identify it's just for you. It's like having X-ray glasses to see the connections, threads, and perfect patterns of the cosmic tapestry being woven in front of your eyes. The cosmic catalyst, so this is a question that's going to be asked of you, and could be a journaling prompt. This deck is very heavy on journaling, so just something for you to ask yourself and think about. Wearing my purple glasses of galactic destiny, what do I see differently now? And then there's a cosmic checkbox. So this is potential actions that you could be taking to bring that energy into some kind of manifestable 3D space. Buy or create a pair of purple glasses to wear anytime you need to see differently. Oh, that's cute. You can draw or paint glasses, or be ambitious and craft some glasses with knickknacks lying around the house. Okay. Yeah, you know, this is just telling me that it's part of a perspective shift. You're looking at things one way when really it could be just as simple as seeing them in a new light, in a new color. Does the person that you need to forgive have the purple tint around them that you can identify as just for you? Is this just, or the situation, let's say it's not a person, it could be I'm still getting person. though. But yeah, because I mean, we're talking boundaries and forgiveness and stuff. Yeah. Is this person for you? You know, how right do you need to make this? Because if they're not for you, if they don't have that purple tint around them, maybe it's finally time to just forgive yourself for harboring the resentment that you might be feeling about this pain and move on, detach yourself from that energy. But if they have the purple tint, then you were talking about, you know, let's start over, right? Because I still care for you, you still care for me, I think, right? And we can do better. And also I'm seeing things like, again, to see the connections and threads and patterns. So, you know, you might also be using, I think paying attention to signs and synchronicities, you know, things in the universe might also help guide you during this time. All right. Let me see if there's anything else. Yeah. All right. So I hope that this helped. I hope that this resonated. If it did, please like, share, subscribe, comment. And until then, I'll see you for the next one. And thank you for being a part of this wonderful cosmic brew. Take care.